Hello everyone, welcome back to FTB Skies 2. Now I have an idea of what I want to do for my base, and it's going to be quite ambitious. I'm not 100% certain if it's actually going to turn out good. We'll see. I have never done anything like this before, not even close. Like it's not going to be a regular like building type of thing. So hopefully it turns out good. Now, I'm not fully sticking, like in the previous episode, I think it was the previous episode, I mentioned that I wanted to do deep slate and this granite, to cut deep slate and cut granite. So I'm not going to do the granite, but I think I am still going to be using the deep slate. And I, obviously a bunch of other stuff. It's just out of those two, it's going to be the deep slate and not the granite. The granite, I mean, it might come into play, maybe, depending. But this is, I'm probably going to be using an insane amount. And actually, I'm going to be using an insane amount of everything. So I'm just going to need a ton of deep slate. And the sad thing is I don't really know exactly what else I'm going to be using. So trying to make a farm, it's going to suck because I'm not going to quite know what I want yet. So hopefully things, work out. Okay, so I can very easily make a farm of deep slate at the least. So that's honestly exactly what I'll do. Right now I will set that up right here. I'm gonna make I want to be pumping it out as fast as I can, especially with how easy it is to make. So I will do that real quick. Luckily, I now know how the orientation of this bull crap works. I probably should have made a kiwi farm. I obviously don't have any kiwi anymore. Luckily, it's not too hard, so I might have some void. Yeah, I have a lot of void crystal blocks. It's gonna make me some lava buckets. Yeah, this is gonna be an insane build. And the reason why I'm like I've never really done, I kind of have done this a little bit where I'm like, I'm probably going to be focusing on the build for a few episodes, honestly. It's mainly because what I'm doing kind of requires me, like I have not tested anything out in a creative world. So it kind of requires me to actually have things built so I know exactly what I'm doing, because if I build half of it and then start adding like all this crap to it and then realize that's not gonna work, I'm gonna screw myself over. So I'm gonna get like a lot of things done. It's not gonna be like finishing the whole build and then adding, like putting all this crap in. It's gonna be like I'm gonna finish certain elements of it before I start utilizing it, type of thing. So it's gonna be quite the process, and hopefully it doesn't take me too long. It's probably gonna take forever, but I don't really care. And I don't get why that. There you go. This thing took freaking forever as well. I think it would be smart for me to make the Emperor's Chalice. I guess it doesn't really have to be that specific. I was about to say, does it have to be super specific what side? But I don't think it does, because if those needed to be flopped, really, you could just come on this side and be like, look, now it's flopped. So, okay, how hard is it to make the diamond chest? Not hard at all. Well, I know you're making the kiwi. Do I have to pipe it? No? I don't. So, why are you not working? That's why you're not working. It is working. It's just putting it the freaking wrong part of the chest. There you go. Okay, so why am I not getting any aluminum? I mean, I am getting aluminum. I mean, why don't I not have any? It's because I haven't been putting any of it in my stuff right there. I also did put that Omega tier upgrade into this. I don't know why I hadn't done that yet, but actually, I did it a while ago, really. How much? Oh, I burned through all of it. Well, that's what I get. That's what I get for sitting here and doing nothing. Trying to think up of a build. I'm literally recording this like 2 hours after I recorded my last episode, and I spent the last 2 hours trying to, actually probably longer because I also went 8, but I probably sat here for 2 hours worth of time afterwards and just try to come up with a build, and I did. Mainly because I eventually remembered that I had an idea a long freaking time ago for something insane, and I put it off for like a year or two because I just wanted to wait until I was better at these mod packs, I guess. I honestly think I came up with the idea when I was playing all the mods 9, so. And it's perfect for a skyblock. I think that's also, no, it might have been on mods 9, the skyblock one to the sky, because I remember thinking this is perfect for a skyblock. So hopefully I can actually make it at least good enough to where it looks like what I'm going for. All right, so here's the thing. I am going to make a bunch of lily pads of fertility as well, because I don't know why I didn't just decide to do this in the first place. But like this, it's not bad. You let that run. Like I make like say 5 or 10 of these, you know, a lot of them. You get a lot pretty quickly. Or I could just add another plot of this and then make more. Or even better, you switch all this up, or replace all this, I guess, with the lily pads on the outside. Or do both. Leave these and do lily pads. Make it 10 times faster-ish, maybe. I still haven't tested out like I was gonna do with where I'd like pretty much take like this corner and instead of these do lily pads, and then try out both, and then try out just these just to see. I feel like doing this, like having these on the outside would be nice, and then not having those, like these, I mean, in the middle, so I can have plots. I don't know. But I'm going to pick all this back up, move it, and then automate the lily pads. Luckily, I can get all of the materials to actually make the lily pads super easily. Maybe actually, oh frick, the dye. Let me hurry and look and see if I can make the dye. Well, even better, I'm gonna make the dye seeds, so that's good. Okay, I got this thing set to run automatically like that. I'm gonna throw this through some like that. Cool, and each time I hit that, it resets, so I can kind of cheese this. I'm not gonna hit it again, but I think if I hit it right now, that timer will reset, so you could kind of like really squeeze out the time. Only 24. It's not great, but it's not bad. Mainly doing that just so that like this area, I can kind of get rid of some of these and place down more seeds without running out of space. Or I could actually not do that and just add a new one over here. Like a new one of these. That's probably what I'll do. Okay, so this is after I've already recorded everything. I just move on to building my base and don't ever mention that I did this. I got some of these lily pads. I think later in the video, I eventually add these. So I'm going to try to cut some of that out, but who knows? I'm still in the middle of editing it. So you might see more of this, but I attach this to my system. So that's just these ender chests. I don't know what the heck. Oh, it opens all of them. I'm just learning that right now. That's weird. But the cool thing about these, I don't think I mentioned this. These are the full ones. This is the version where it's the full chest instead of just a 3x3. So that's super nice. But yeah, now I'm going to move on to starting to build my base. Okay, I've started kind of building something out here. Obviously, it's just a line right now. This is the tough thing. Trying to figure out exactly how big this is going to be and how big I need it. Now, there is the builder from RF Tools that I could use, which I think I will actually. So I know there's a way. Oh, I need to actually get the card first. Freaking. So where? Capped cylinder. I'm assuming that means it's like a cylinder and then like a dome on top. There's Taurus, don't know what that is. Cone, heart, don't know what composition is. Scan box, top to. Okay, I think a cylinder would be best. I could just make it super wide, super skinny, because I'm kind of going for something like that. Don't know how like how big the offsets could be. You know what? Instead of building it right here, this. I kind of was building this like the ring. I was going to build out that way so that I don't really have to mess with that. So I'll just kind of go to where I think the middle could be and just kind of try to get it there. I'm going to just line it up with this right there. I don't really know where the middle is actually going to be, so I'm kind of just going to... I'm going to go further than I actually think that I'm going to do and just, you know, see how it goes. Okay, so if I do hollow, and then the dimensions, can't remember how these went. I do that. Here we go, there we go. Okay. So that. I could very easily use it. Can I? Oh man, that's annoying. I mean, I bet I could easily build around it. Like that. Don't really know if I want to do it right here though. I'm just trying to figure out a way I can do this because I'm fairly certain it's gonna fill the top and the bottom in. Actually, no, I don't think it does. No, it doesn't because it would have the blocks there. So never mind. That would just create the ring, which is exactly what I want to do. Okay. That is exactly what I want to do. And I want to set that to like 1. Right, yeah. So it's just 1 block. Okay, perfect. So now I just got to go crazy with this, which I think I guess I could just do like 1,000. Yeah. See how insane 512 is. Yeah, that's definitely way too big. Let's try 300. Okay, that's like, oh, that's like almost right where I had that. Would this be big enough for what I'm trying to do? That's the thing, is it's like, I don't really want to give away what I'm doing, because one, it's going to be kind of hard to explain, and also, I don't know how big. Like, I don't know if making it too big is going to be just so, like, it's going to make it so much harder to build, or if making it too small. Either way, obviously making it too small is going to be hard to build, but then also making it too big is just going to make it, it's going to make it take forever to build. So it's like, I got to get a scale that makes it not that way. Honestly, I think that should be good. It should be a nice, pretty freaking even circle. Yeah. Get right above this. Spin in a circle. Look at this. Yeah, that looks good. I forgot that that's a thing. I knew I was going to do that as well. Alright, well, that sucks. This is going to take forever. What am I doing? I can fall through the... I'm actually a moron. I forgot falling through the void is a thing. Let's just do this. And then you don't die. I'm an idiot. Why is the backpack... Not backpack, the jetpack right there. I don't know. Looking at it like this, like actually building makes you realize how insanely huge this is. But I think it's not that bad. Okay. I don't know if it's actually gonna work. But it might. Yep. Okay. Don't really like... Now I'm getting close to it. Don't really like that. It kind of looks weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to leave it like that. But I got the ring done. The outer ring, I guess. Actually, it probably would be smarter to do the inner ring. So I'll leave this, but start designing the inner ring real quick. Which by that I mean I'm just gonna see what, like, look at the 100 again. I hate that it's raining. Okay. Make an insane amount of this cut brick. That should honestly be good enough. Nice. Now, yeah, let's go out with it. Do that, and then I'm gonna bump it out to this. Maybe not. Actually, how wide is that? That is pretty wide. You know what? Sure, why not? Those aren't like three. I'm not like purposefully doing 3 separate rings. This is kind of just one main ring. So, like this is all gonna be like connected. Okay, and then let's see how 270 looks. That should be good. Now here's the thing. I need to find the center right here. And you do that in 6 evenly spaced parts of this. So, okay, unfortunately I actually made it even, but whatever. I probably should be counting this. That's the middle. That's annoying because now that is centered up by 1. So I'll bring this in 1 block, like out 1 block, just to try to center that to where it's like that. Okay. Well, sadly, since it's like this, I'm gonna have to kind of try to offset it somehow. It actually shouldn't be too hard. Let's just say I do that. So leave that there. Okay, let's place a block right there. You know what, I'll do that. I'll do these 2 outer ones. I think that'll be good. So, 46 and 50. Okay, that took way longer than I thought it was. Now I just gotta do that. Same thing. 5 more times. Kind of like each of these. Like the 4 normal straight ones, but then these kind of weird diagonal ones as well. For a total of 6. So, hopefully I can get these to line up pretty well. Okay, real quick, I need to get some feather falling on my boots. So I'm gonna hurry and upgrade this. Gonna have to fish for some prismarine crap, but shouldn't be too hard. I'm just gonna make the seashells. I went a little crazy, went and got, well I say went, but I was able to make these deep shelves, and then I could enchant them, so now I have the infused deep shelves, and then I was able to make this deep shelf of arcane treasures, which pretty much just allows me to get like mending in this now. And then I also found out you can filter stuff. So where is it? This thing, the sea shelf of aquatic filtration. So insert an enchanted book to prevent them from appearing in the table. So that's pretty nice. So if I'm looking for a specific enchantment, I'm guessing it's only 1. Oh, enchanted books, plural. I bet there's a limit, but we'll see. We'll see. I've been growing prismarine as well. I made like 3 seeds. Just put you right there. Okay, so it's just like a bookshelf, so you just add them. So what do I not want? Full bounce, speed, piercing. Okay. Ideally, it'd be like, I'm trying to upgrade this thing. I would want like no silk touch, right? I'm getting like all these annoying enchantments I could start adding to this. I don't know if that means that I will never get it. So I don't know if it means just what I see won't show it. But then if I choose one, the extra enchantments that come with it would also, like if that's, it'll get that. I don't know. It just says, yeah, from appearing in the table. So I hope that's what that means. And then this, can I? Ooh, actually, I might be able to make this quantum stability boyo. Oh, it's a budding amethyst crystal. I mean, I obviously can hit that quanta amount thing. It used to be like above 30, but no more than 50 or something like that. Got it. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Now I can get the quantum stability boyo. Very nice. Got the quantum stability. I'm guessing that's kind of like the rectification, but way easier to get. I don't think there's really much else I can do other than like some of these enchanting clues, but I actually need the hell shelf for that. I can't use the sea shelf. I mean, I could do that, but I don't want to. Okay, well, back to building this thing. Actually, I'm an idiot. I was doing that because I wanted to enchant things. That's right. Okay, well, I'll spend some time doing that. Yeah, these filtration shelf things are insane. I got all like the curses. I got some of like the blast protection, projectile protection, and I just threw these into the enchantment table and got some pretty good stuff. So stable footing is gonna be super nice. Like swift, like this is all just straight from the enchantment table. Sadly, my helmet's not that good, which I might even redo my chest plate, but the rest of them are pretty good. I'm gonna redo both of these. Did I throw fire protection in here? Blast protection, I did not. Let me do that. It seems like just any level does it. Like I don't seem to be getting, like I put fire protection 5 in there, and or I guess let's do like projectile protection 5 for instance, and I haven't gotten like projectile protection anything. So Berserker's Fury, I don't think I want that. I don't have that. Well, when I see something like that, I just make the tomes and just try to get that. Perfect, right there. Throw that in, pull it out. Oh, come on. And slap it in there. Soulbound. See, I kind of like Soulbound though. And Thorns. That's not good. Still no protection. That's what I'm looking for. And regen, I guess, but no mending. But that's fine. I can always add more. Oh, that's good. And then you. Aqua Affinity Mending. Nope. That's not the right one. This one. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, and then I got this bad boy pretty good. I haven't done a sword yet, but I don't really care to do that. I also decided to actually just throw my blaze spawner in this, and it actually is working pretty well. Because the blazes, they don't do anything if they don't actually aggro onto me. So, it's perfectly fine. So I've gotten quite a bit of all that crap. Yeah, so now I have Feather Fallen 4, which is kind of the main reason why I did that. Just to try to save myself from dying again due to me just like thinking I can just fall like that high. Which I think that height would have killed me. Let's test it out. Did a little bit, right? Yeah, it did half a heart. But I know fall damage is kind of exponential, so I wouldn't be surprised if I went like 5 more blocks up, it would do way more than that. We're not really exponential, but it might be exponential in this game. I can't remember. Who knows? All right, well, back to doing this. Okay, I have finished up the rings. Originally, these outer circles, I was going to do 6. And I feel like even now, I'm like 6 would be better. It's just that I would only have 2, right? Kind of like lined up in these like flat parts. And even like these corners, you know, it gets a little flat right there, so that makes it pretty easy to line up. If I did 6, they would be like right here. And that's not like, it's hard to line that up to actually like work perfectly. So yeah, it would make things way too difficult for me, and so I just did 8. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I don't think it would though, so. But this is just a very basic outline of what I'm doing. None of this is final, like as in like, actually like where things are gonna go. It's just like kind of try to lay things out and kind of get a feel for how big it might be. Just because of the amount of crap that I'm gonna be doing, like mods wise. I keep forgetting that the stupid magnet is on and I go past that and get a bunch of bullcrap. But like I need a room for everything that I'm doing, so. And I don't really know if this is gonna be enough. I mean, worst comes to worst, if it's not, I'll just make a different little build for things. And I'm still like, for what I'm doing, I'm kind of like, is this cut deep slate what I want to use? Luckily, I'm not far along enough where it's too late. So I just gotta decide very soon if I want to continue with this deep slate. I definitely want a dark colored block though. So if I decide to switch to a different type of deep slate, you know, that'll probably work. Yeah, definitely Looking pretty good. I think this is like pushed out one block this way, but that'll be fine. These like angled ones, super. I spent like 5 minutes trying to get it kind of like good, but it's either going to be shifted. It's going to be shifted one way by one block. Doesn't really matter. So as long as it's lined up this way, it's good. If it's shifted over that way more, is fine, as long as it's not shifted side to side. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start kind of building these like this right here. So I don't want to give too much away, because it's like I kind of would like, I don't know, it's gonna be hard because I'm gonna be building it as I go on, so doing like a big reveal is gonna be kind of impossible. But I kind of want to just slowly start building it. But so these are going to be kind of bridges between each of these circle things. I guess you could say it's going to be kind of all like one big connection, and then these will have rings around it. And they will still kind of stick out like that, obviously. So I guess what I could do is start building this up, try to figure out how tall I want it. I do want it to be tall enough where I can build stuff in here, because what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be like out here, it looks all nice and good, right? There's one solid thing. It's gonna be hard for me to tie in mods, I guess, like each of the mods, like mechanism, all that stuff. I'm not gonna really be able to have that out and about real easily without it looking kind of weird. So within these is where I'm gonna have stuff, and I gotta try to map it out accordingly, but shouldn't be too hard, because this is definitely enough room. If I make this like 7 or 8 blocks tall, right, like literally like up to here, from far away it'll still be, because I don't want it to be like too fat. I still want to make it look like a disc, but you know, as long as it's still, yeah, I could bring it up to like here, and then I could easily fit some stuff in there. And then the really big stuff could probably go in the centerpiece. You know, I think I'm going to do first is I am going to upgrade some of these batteries, because I'm blowing through some of this power, or all the power really. So I'm going to upgrade those to the niotic ones real quick, just so that I can get more stuff. Oh, let me guess. Yep. No more. I ran out, but luckily I have a lot of this going, so starting to make more uranite than I'm consuming, because I have like 4 seeds down, I think. So yeah, that's definitely more than I had in there. So in the time it took to drain through it, that's way better. Definitely need to start trying to set up a way where I can automatically craft that stuff. And I mean, obviously there's a really good way with freaking applied energistics. It's just, I don't really want to set that up right now. So I gotta try to finish building this so that I can start doing that. I don't really know where I'm gonna have the power stuff. Don't know if I want it kind of in the central area. I mean, wouldn't be too hard to do that. That's the thing, is now that I'm thinking, I probably should actually be doing the middle part instead. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. So what I was saying with this, where I want it big enough where I can build stuff in it, but still keeping it kind of like flat looking, so it's still a disc. I'm gonna do that exact same thing with this, but this I'm planning on having lower than this. So I'll have one ring that, I guess not lower, one ring will line up with that, and then there's going to be some smaller rings that kind of come down a little bit. So instead of doing these middle sections, I'll just do this, so that I could even start to design and build the central area, because that's where I'm going to have my, applied energistics stuff. So, and I don't want to start slapping stuff down here when I don't have anything planned out, so then I have to start ripping things up again. So I'm going to be having these be kind of like the corners of all this stuff. And then And have smooth quartz be kind of like actually in the center of this, you know, like the actual walls and stuff. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna use this a little bit because I don't want to waste. So I don't want to be placing any in this, like on top of that, because that's just gonna be wasting this stuff. And it's not gonna be a whole ton that I'm wasting. It's just it'll add up eventually, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna use this to ensure things like stuff like that doesn't happen. So you're going through this. It's not going to be easy, but definitely going to save me a little bit of time doing this. Okay. And then using this, we can very quickly kind of just slap this around. Yeah, even doing this is taking me forever. But, you know, what the frick is this idiot doing? It'll all be worth it once I'm done. Okay, got the quartz all laid down. This is gonna be absolutely freaking insane. I will do some other colors here and there in this, but this is gonna kind of be the main colors for these rings. So this is looking good, I guess. These rings aren't gonna have like any of this, like these circles or anything. So realistically, once I get this like built up, I mean, there's not really much else. The inside of it, I will definitely make it like look clean and stuff, and might have some designs in here, but it's gonna be mostly kind of just empty. Just because this is where I'm gonna have, like, this is where I'm gonna be putting all my stuff. There's gonna be a big centerpiece right here that I'll have my controller, my Applied Energistics controller in there with a bunch of other stuff. And that's kind of why I want to keep these empty, so that I can kind of pack them full with stuff, because it's not really the interior that is gonna be, you know, the best part of it. So, and it also, I need to be able to utilize it. So definitely is gonna look pretty good though. Yeah, thing is gonna be absolutely freaking massive. Look at that. I don't even know how far across this is, because I think these are like almost 300 blocks out. 383 to 700. What's that, like 317? Something like that. So about 300 blocks across. That's insane. Yeah, that actually, it does make sense, because I do remember I did 300 for the outer ring on that, and that's the diameter. Actually, I think I did go way less, because that's way out here. So yeah, 300 blocks across. That is insane. And I mean, there's going to be like this big massive gap in it, so it's not going to be a full thing, but it's definitely going to be pretty freaking insane. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here. So I made an insane amount. So this quartz, I'm going to be just blowing through it all. I made an insane amount of seeds on this one. So I mean, yeah, I already have 1800 essence. Like I think I put 16 seeds down, or maybe just 14. I made 16. I mean, I can look and see. Yeah, so I put 14 seeds down, plus the one over here, or maybe, yeah, I think I only had one. That is insane. But this was like, I mean, how much quartz do I have left? 1,000. This was like 5,000 quartz blocks. So I have to do that again for the roof, and then the walls, which might, like, both of the walls probably gonna be probably equal to this, I'd say, maybe. But yeah, that's wild. And then the outer one, but you know, it's gonna be broken up into segments, so it might still be more because it's a little bit wider than this, but it's gonna have big gaps like that. So let's really look. Ender, oh come on, Ender chest is the one. Yes, it is. And it's easy to make. I might switch those out. I might just add a pipe to this. How expensive is the netherite pipe upgrade? The ultimate pipe thing right here. One of those. So I mean 2, $100. I'll just make 3 ender chests, because then what I'll do is I'll bring one over here, and I can just slap it down on top of this, so that I don't have a bunch of cables running everywhere, and then I can load all that stuff straight into my system. I'll have to make more storage cells, but I mean, so 34. I have 34 different types. So yeah, that'd be like essentially at least 3 discs I'd have to add, which I might go up to like the 256K for that, for trying to get these in there. So, you know, that'll be good, I guess. Yeah, the sooner I can get this thing done, the sooner I can actually start doing stuff. Specifically, auto crafting is kind of like the big thing. Just like, it's just because I don't want to have to deal with a massive rat nest of freaking cables more than once. So, but yeah, I'll definitely work on getting this ring. So essentially, just imagine this. I might even leave this center line. That actually doesn't look too bad. Might add that on pretty much every face, essentially. And then, yeah, so pretty much just imagine this, but like, I don't know, 10 blocks up, like pretty much like as if I'm standing on it, like right here. And then the walls as well, which those might be too skinny to add that center line. They might be like this big. So adding the center line will definitely take away too much. So I probably won't do that. Yeah, this is going to be super difficult. Hopefully I'm able to actually do it. These rings are not the hard part. It's the centerpiece that I'm a little bit worried about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.